Hello everyone, I am Aishwarya, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, Dr. SNS College of Arts and Science. Today we are going to see a topic, regression equations. A study of measuring the relationship between associated variables wherein one variable is dependent on other independent variable called as regression. It is developed by Sir Francis Galton in 1877 to measure the relationship of height between parents and their children. Regression analysis is a statistical tool to study the nature and extent of functional relationship between two or more variables and to estimate the unknown values of dependent variable from the known values of independent variable. So the uses of regression analysis are it provides estimates of values of the dependent variables from values of independent variables. It is used to obtain a measure of the error involved in using the regression line as a basis of estimation. With the help of regression analysis, we can obtain a measure of degree of association or correlation that exists between two variables. It is a highly valuable tool in economics and business research since most of the problems of the economic analysis are based on cause and effect relationship. So the regression line and regression equation are as follows. So the first one is regression line of y on x. This line gives the probable value of y for any given value of x. So the regression line of y on x is y minus y, which is equal to byx into x minus x bar. Or we also can say that y is equal to a plus bx2. So the next one is regression line of x1y. This line gives the probable value of x for any given value of y. So the regression line of x on y will be x minus x bar, which is equal to bxy into y minus y bar. Or we also can say that x is equal to a plus by. So next we are going to what is a regression coefficient. The quantity b in the regression equation is called as the regression coefficient or slope coefficient. Since there are two regression equations, therefore we have two regression coefficients. So the first one is regression coefficient x on y. Symbolically we written as bxy. And the second one is regression coefficient y on x. Symbolically we written as byx. There are different formulas to find the regression coefficient. So here are the formulas that we have to use to find the regression coefficient. So next we are going to see a problem related to this regression equation. So here we have to find the two regression equation of x on y and y on x for the following data. To calculate the regression equation, first we have to find the table. So first I write the x and y values in the table. Next we have to find the value of x square. To find the x square, we have to square the x values. For example, the first value is 10. So by squaring 10, we get an answer as 100. And the second value is 12. By squaring the 12, I get an answer as 144. Likewise, we have to square all the value of x to obtain the value of x square. Next, we have to find the value of y square. To obtain the value of y square, we have to square all the values of y. By squaring the value 15, I get an answer as 225. Likewise, we have to square all the values of y to get an value of y square. And the last column is we have to find the xy. To find the xy, we have to multiply both and xy terms. So the first one is 10 and 15. By multiplying 10 and 15, I get an answer as 150. By multiplying all the values of x and y, I get an column of xy. So after completing the table, we have to find the summation value of all these values. So first one is summation x. To calculate the summation x, we have to sum the value of x. By summing all the values, I get an answer as 120. That is summation x is equal to 120. And next one, we have to find the value of summation y. That is, we have to add all the values of y to get an answer of summation y is equal to 160. And the next one is x square. By adding all the values of x square, I get an answer as 192x, which is an summation x square. And the next one is summation y square. For summation y square, I have to add all the values of y square and I get an answer as 3372. And the next one is xy. We have to find the summation xy. By adding all the values of xy, I get an answer as 2542. So after finding all the summation values, we have to find the regression equation of x on y. Here we all have also finding what is the value of n. Here there are totally 8 numbers given in both x and y. So the value of n will be 8. So next, this is the equation for regression of x on y. So we are going to substitute the values in these formulas. So by substituting the values, I get an answer as 120 is equal to 88 plus 160b, and the next one is 2542 is equal to 168 plus 3372b. So I marked first one as equation 1 and second one as equation 2. So by solving these two equations, we get an answer of A and B. So by solving these two equations, I get an answer of B is equal to 0.8256, and also we have to find the value of A. So by substituting the value of B in the equation 1, so after solving this equation, I get a value of A. So now we find the value of both A and B values. That is, we got the values of A is equal to minus 1.5 and B is equal to 0.8256. So we find the value of A and B. So after that, we have to substitute the value of A and B in the equation. So the regression equation of x on y is x is equal to a plus by, which implies by substituting the a and b values, I get an equation as x is equal to minus 1.5 plus 0.8256y. So this is the way to find the value of regression equation of both the values, that is x on y. So next we have to find the value regression equation of y on x. So this is the two normal equation of regression equation of y on x. So in the same way, we are going to substitute the value that we find out in the table. So after substituting the value, I get two equations, that is 160 is equal to 88 plus 120b and 2542 is equal to 120a plus 1926b. So I named the equation one as 3 and the second equation as equation number 4. So next we are going to solve both the equation. By solving both the equation, we are going to find the value of a and b. So first I am solving the both the equation a and b. So I found the value of b. So the value of b will be 1.127. So by substituting the value of b in the equation 3, I am going to find the value of a. So by substituting the value of equation b in equation 3, after the simple calculation, I found the value of a is equal to 3.095. So now I am find both the values a and b, that is a is equal to 3.095 and b is equal to 1.127. So now next we are going to find the regression equation of y on x, that is we are going to substitute both the a and b values in the equation, that is y is equal to a plus bx. By substituting the value of a and b, I get an equation as 3.095 plus 1.127x. So now we found the two equations, that is regression equation of x and y as well as the regression equation of y on x. Thank you.